Witherspoon fight, he felt that he needed to put some more mass on. You know, will that slow him down? Will that increase his power? Because what we saw in the Witherspoon fight, again, it's no disrespect to Chaz, you know, a solid but not a world-class heavyweight, was the size was an issue. You know, he got a couple on the arm and a mouse under the eye where he started thinking, oh, and it's a different game. You get hit like that against Wilder or AJ or any of those guys, but does he have the skill and speed to counter that? I think it's so fascinating watching Usyk move up to the heavyweights. Even against Chisora, I think it's such an interesting fight because we know that Usyk's going to pick off Chisora, but he's a right handful, he's a big lump, and he can punch. And you're going to get a lot of answers in that fight, in my opinion. I see Usyk as the favourite, of course, but I still think he's going to ask some serious questions because Chisora's he's a bull.
He is. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. I was letting you guys listen to a segment of an interview. They were interviewing Eddie Hearn, and he was showing his interest in Usyk, Oleksandr Usyk fighting Derek Chisora. Okay, you know that fight has been brewing, and that fight is basically, according to Eddie Hearn, is the real true test of Usyk moving to the heavyweight division. Of course, we know that Usyk is in the heavyweight division. He had his first debut against Chaz Witherspoon, and it was an interesting fight because I was on the edge of my seat to see what happens when he gets hit with by a true heavyweight. Okay, now back to Eddie. You know, he said that Chaz wasn't that solid, world contender. Imagine if Usyk got hit by AJ or Wilder, or these other guys, Chisora included. How would he take that? So that's the reason for Usyk putting on more weight. But the thing is, when you put on more weight, what do you lose for putting that weight? You need more weight like Andy Ruiz thought he needed, or it helped him when he fought AJ, okay? So Usyk is doing the same thing to help his power, but will that slow him down? That's the question. So a lot of things will be answered when if he fights Derek Chisora. Now, of course, Eddie Hearn wants to make the Chisora-Usyk fight. That looks like a very good fight because one thing about Usyk and Chisora, they fight completely the opposite, right? And one thing about Chisora, he doesn't even respect the way Usyk boxes and moves. He said it, all that dancing around and all that nonsense. I don't do all that. That's not fighting to me. So in essence, he's disrespecting Usyk. So it's up to Usyk to show Derek Chisora the way he fights is effective, right? And it's up to Derek Chisora to show Usyk that it's not. So it's one of those things where, Chisora's going to come right at Usyk. Just like Eddie Hearn explained it, good analogy, a bull. A bull comes rushing in, right? That's what he's going to do. Usyk's going to stick and move, use his angles, use his speed, but it's going to be a lot of things. What if the speed's handicapped before the weight again, right? Fighting someone like Chisora. What happens if Chisora hits him with a clubbing right, the same right he hit David Price with, Arthur Spilka with, right? Ran Arthur Spilka back to cruiserweight, where Usyk just came from. So, yeah, this is very exciting. I would love to see that fight. Why not? Why shouldn't we see a fight like that? Because Usyk, should be fighting Derek Chisora because Derek Chisora is what? He is the gatekeeper. He's the gatekeeper with the key to the universe of the heavyweight division. So it looks very good to me. I'm all for it. You guys tell me what you think about Derek Chisora, Oleksandr Usyk, getting it on, right? Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.